Hello, Namaskar. I am Narendra and I wish you a very happy Teachers' Day. It is the teachers that makes the difference, not the classroom. These words were spoken by none other than Dr. Sarpalli Radhakrishnan, India's first Vice President and a great educationist, whose birth anniversary we celebrate on 5th of September as Teachers' Day. This day reminds us of the pivotal role and importance of teachers who not only impart academic education and knowledge but also shape our character, our thinking, and our place in society. So I would like to thank all my teachers, professional mentors for their contribution to my life and my career. Now just imagine the world around us as a classroom where countless individuals influence our thoughts and behaviors, each teaching us something. Today, let's focus on political leaders. In a world filled with diverse opinions and contradictions, just imagine if politicians become teachers. What would happen? Just imagine the way we see things today, or the perception is they might teach students how to create conflicts between groups, uh, deceive others, make false promises, and embrace opportunity. They could pass on lessons in exploiting others' work, drawing attention to themselves, looting wealth, and shifting blame. Such an approach would damage the future, as the primary aim would be personal gain, not genuine education. Teachers, however, would selflessly shape students' future, not be driven by selfish motives. A teacher's responsibility is to nurture, inspire, and guide, not mislead or exploit. Currently, many politicians are trying to use students, farmers, and religious leaders as tools to gain votes to increase their power. However, if the students receive a good education, they can make significant contribution to the future of the country. It is important to understand the hard work of those students who strive to become IS officers, while some politicians often have minimal educational backgrounds. Good education is vital for India's future. Beyond teaching academic subjects, a teacher's role is to inspire and motivate students. At Bright Path Ideas Factory, we call it, our goal is to ignite the minds of individuals, especially the youth, encouraging them to think critically and develop simple yet impactful ideas to make a positive difference in the world around them. So let's find out what can or we should learn from our political leaders and also what must be avoided. So let's focus on these things. On this special day, we can imagine what impact the perspective and working styles of India's two prominent politicians, Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi, might have on our education system if they were to become teachers. Let's imagine if they were to become teacher, how would their approach be? So let's first look at Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi's approach focuses on promoting social justice and equality in society. If he were to become a teacher, he would teach students how to highlight caste and social inequalities and how to work towards addressing these issues. He would inspire them to understand and resolve the problems of marginalized communities through education. For him, the role of a teacher extends beyond education to include the upliftment of society's weaker sections. So Rahul Gandhi's political background, he comes from a very influent and very influential family of Nehru and Gandhi. His leadership style, if you look at, is seen someone who believes in collective leadership and the exchange of ideas. He emphasizes on listening to the problems and focusing on social justice. However, the criticism about him is that he is a weak and indecisive leader. Ideology and approach, if you look at, he advocates social inclusion, farmers' rights, and empowerment of marginalized groups. He is a critic of economic inequality and crony capitalism, leading towards social democracy with a focus on a welfare state and secularism. Economic policies, if you look at, he focuses on reducing economic inequality and empowering the underprivileged. He proposed schemes, the minimum income plan, aimed to provide direct financial support to the poor. His popularity and public image, if you look at, based on the above things, is that the critics often call him an unwilling politician, and his leadership has seen the party face multiple electoral defeats. Uh, However, his recent efforts to connect with the people through the Bharat Jodo Yatra have been appreciated. Now, let's look at Mr. Modi, the current Prime Minister. He, he is a skilled orator, and his Man Ki Baat broadcasts reflect the inspirational and motivational abilities. Due to his inspirational abilities, he could become an excellent teacher. His approach is centered around national unity and development. If he were to become a teacher, he would teach students how to unify different parts of society and how to bring prosperity for all through development. He would inspire them to work towards positive change and promote cooperation and harmony within society. For him, a teacher's role is not limited to academic education but also involves providing inspiration and direction for nation building. Now, Modi's biggest asset is his popularity and public image. If you look at Rahul, his popularity and public image is not as strong as Modi's. Modi has built an image of a strong, decisive leader who resonates with the public. His speeches often focus on nationalism, development, and India's rise as a global power. His social media presence also plays a key role in maintaining his popularity. If you look at economic policies, Modi's economic policies emphasize on industrial growth, attracting foreign investment, and expanding infrastructure. Initiatives like Make in India, Digital India, and Startup India aim to position India as a global hub for manufacturing and innovation. Ideology and approach is ideology centers around the Hinduism, Hindutva, and nationalism. His vision is to make India self-reliant through initiatives like Atmanirbhar Bharat. His development model focuses on economic growth, industrial development, and infrastructure expansion. Leadership style is viewed as centralized and decisive. We look at his political background. So Modi comes from a very backward family and is a self-made politician. So with this, now let's look at what should we learn from the politicians and what should we avoid. Let's first learn what we can lessons that we can learn from them. So public speaking and communication skills is the first one that we must learn from them. Politicians are often excellent speakers. They know how to connect with people, express complex ideas simply. There's simplicity behind how they express their complex ideas and motivate people around them. We can learn from them the art of clear and effective communication, which is essential for teaching as well. Number two, leadership and problem solving. Successful politicians lead by example and solve real world problems. The decision making and negotiation skills can teach us how to handle challenges. Third is understanding governance and civic responsibility. Politicians have a deep understanding of society, laws, and policies. They can learn from how to become informed citizens and understand our rights and duties. Four, persuasion and influence. Politicians excel at persuading and influencing others. This can be useful for all of us as to how to present our ideas effectively and gain support for our views. Fifth is adaptability and resilience. Politics involves constant change, and politicians must adapt to new challenges. We can learn from them how to face challenges and continue moving towards our goals. Now, let's focus on what we must avoid from politicians. There are 5 points that I'm going to tell you. One is manipulation and opportunism. Some politicians prioritize personal gain over public welfare. In education, we should avoid such tendencies. Truth and honesty should be paramount. Partisan perspective. Politicians are often associated with specific parties and ideologies. Teaching should maintain neutrality and encourage students to think independently rather than imposing one's views. Focus on power and popularity. The pursuit of power or popularity can overshadow leadership qualities. Teachers and students should focus on knowledge and public service rather than illusion or grandeur. Fourth is short term solutions. Politicians often seek quick fixes for immediate applause. Education should emphasize long term understanding and deep study rather than superficial achievements. Fifth is polarization and conflict. Political debates often become contentious, leaving little room for constructive dialogue. Teaching should foster an environment where diverse opinions are respected and healthy discussions is encouraged. So, in the words of Brad Henry, a good teacher can inspire hope and ignite the imagination and instill a love of learning. So, having said that, let's ponder upon how we can, as educators, change the mindset of our country. If you look at India, there is we have to ponder upon the paradox that we are facing. A paradox is a situation that appears contradictory but may reveal a deeper truth. So, India is renowned for its rich history and intellectual heritage, but faces a persistent paradox. Its best minds are often led by the most incompetent. This may be India's most significant flaw, a legacy that has worsened over time. Ironically, in the early days of independence, when literacy was lower, governance was more effective compared to today's scenario with higher literacy rates. A troubling fact is that over a quarter of India's parliamentary and state assembly representatives are illiterate. While lack of education in the past can be understood, accepting this situation today is challenging. Many ministers lack even a basic understanding of their departments. For example, if the head of the Ministry of Education truly grasped our education system flaws, reforms would have been implemented long ago. We would have not waited for so long, for the reforms to come in education sector. A glaring need for reform is the reservation system, initially introduced by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to address historical injustice. It remains caste based instead of being oriented towards economic need. This system, once necessary, now excludes deserving students from institutions like IITs based solely on caste. So we need to question why haven't we shifted to a system based on income, ensuring opportunities for those truly in need regardless of the caste. The issue lies in our leadership. Educated politicians are not just those with degrees. They must be well versed in policy, governance, and their constituencies, needs of their constituencies. However, many ministries have been led by individuals who lack understanding of the roles. This results in a parliament that often serves as a battleground for political rivalry rather than a platform for solving real issues. India's potential remains untapped. We need truly educated individuals in parliament who understand policy making complexities. Revisiting the minimum age of running in elections could involve more youth in governance. By channelizing their energy into policy making, we can harness their innovation to drive meaningful change. The youth must recognize that politics is a national duty, not merely a personal choice. Just as soldiers defend the country from external threats, politicians must safeguard it from internal issues. The real challenge lies within our political system. India should bring its most talented minds into parliament to create policies that elevate the nation to new heights. So, A teacher is like a lamp that lights up many lives not just by imparting knowledge but by showing the path of righteousness. These were the words of Swami Vivekananda. And at Bright Path, our mission is we emphasize its role in guiding individuals towards purpose and balance. The event or our courses aim to guide participants through the journey of self discovery, overcoming hurdles, and bridging karma gaps and knowledge gaps. Embarking on the Bright Path journey promises profound transformation in personal, professional, social, and spiritual lives. Our platform empowers individuals to address karma gaps, any knowledge gaps, understanding gaps, information gaps, and make informed decisions, take purposeful actions, and unlock the true essence of their existence. So, I request you to join our courses, our platform, and gain knowledge and improve your life. Also, please subscribe the Bright Path channel. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.